Right now at 11, another new and exclusive University of North Florida poll. I sat down with Dr. Michael Bender, the director of UNF's Public Opinion Research Lab, to talk about what issues Floridians are throwing their support behind in last night's debate after our first exclusive poll was released. So, Dr. Bender, my first question for you. Let's talk about last night's debate. It seemed like fight night in Vegas to me. We had the Democratic candidates on stage, and it seems like they immediately came out and started attacking Bloomberg.
I'm a mixed martial artist fan, and they hold a lot of events in Vegas, and this fit right in. It was no holds barred from the beginning. From Warren to Buttigieg, everybody was going after not only Bloomberg, but each other as well.
Right.
And this was really the first of the debates that we've seen where kind of the gloves came off a little bit.
And let's talk about what the statewide poll results show when it comes to the Democratic candidates up against President Trump. I know the numbers that we were looking at, they showed that Bloomberg would actually come out on top of President Trump.
Again, here in the state of Florida only, which is what we're talking about. Yeah, he had a 6-point gap on Trump leading into that debate last night. The rest of the candidates were either essentially tied or Trump was ahead in the case of Buttigieg and Klobuchar. But you know, the one thing with Bloomberg, yes, he's been saturating our airwaves with advertising, not only here, but across all the states. We haven't really gotten a chance to see him live and in person. We saw a little bit of that last night during that debate.
Let's talk about the latest poll numbers, kind of looking at what's happening across our state in Florida. 64% supporting Governor Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, DeSantis has great approval numbers. He had really good approval numbers last time we did this poll on him. And he's in a situation where he's been in office for a little while now, and he's made a last legislative session went very smoothly for him. He's done a lot of things that not only are favorable to his base, but also favorable to other sides of the aisle, right? His role on the environment, talking about climate change, his role of kind of arguing against big sugar. He's done a series of things, teacher pay, that are good issues for Democrats and independents. So he's kind of earned his support levels across both sides of the aisle.
And also, let's talk about some of the issues that Florida residents are in support of. Gun background checks, recreational marijuana, minimum wage, also showing 64% support.
Yeah, these are big things. So the background checks, there's a bill in the House that's dealing with this, requiring background checks for all gun sales. It's probably not going to go anywhere this session, but enormous levels of support, over 80% support. This is both the Republican and Democrats are supportive of it. This is kind of low-hanging fruit for Republicans if they were looking to pass a bill to, to kind of fight guns a little bit. This is something that everybody's on board with. We asked another question in there about concealed carry on college campuses. That didn't have quite the same level of support. It was more of a mixed bag, a little more opposition and support, but not overwhelming. So that's a more controversial issue. So there's certainly some room there for Republicans to work if they wanted to on that.
All right, that's really all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, I think I could talk about a couple of things. The ballot measures that we polled on, both the minimum wage and the open primaries, that 65 and 70% support respectively for each of them. And those are good numbers for ballot measures heading into an election. Two things to keep in mind. Florida has a very high bar for passing ballot measures. You need to get to 60%. Secondly, ballot measures almost exclusively poll better than they ultimately finish, especially if somebody comes out with some opposition advertising to these. So while they're up there now, come November, it might be a lot closer and they may not get over that 60% bar.
And if you would like to see both of our exclusive polls on the presidential race for the White House and Florida issues, you can find them on their website right now on our website, firstcoastnews.com.